Hey there YouTube, WhiskeyCactus here, welcoming you back to our Let's Play of His Chuunibyou Can't Be Cured. This is episode number 2, and last time we got acquainted with our characters, including all of these lovely ladies, as well as myself, a Chuunibyou. So I'm going to go ahead and load up. And we are going to load from here. This one. Here we go. So maybe... Oh dear. 1 second. One of these days I will learn to put my other laptop on mute. That day has not yet come. Alright, so we are trying to make a game. We are the Young Developers Club, and we are trying to make a game. But our club is full of all kinds of anime tropes. And they don't really feel like working on things. Or they do feel like working on things, but they don't agree on what things we should be working on. Some people want to do art, some people want to do writing, some people want to do music, and we have to pick, because we are the lead. Of course. Alright, so let's jump in. After another hour, we finally wrap up our discussion. Everybody starts walking out of the room one by one, except for me, Sumiki, and Yui. Well, there's Sumiki and Yui. Yui sulks in the corner, while Sumiki stands by the doorway, obviously waiting for me. Oh, right. And Sumiki, who is our childhood friend, who also lives with us, because why the fuck not? And then Yui, who is like the little brat tsundere character. And then there's a couple others, but that's fine. There is a little sister who's not blood related, so it's okay to date her, I guess. And then we also have the shrinking violet, emotionless character. Guess she's talking. Alright, I actually want to pull down the, where's the options? Config. I want to pull down the, background music just a little bit more, because I feel like the voices are getting drowned out. Let's go with that. Alright. Are you coming with us, June? I mean, I guess. Are we all going together? I glance at Yui, then back at her. No, you go ahead. I think I'll walk home today. She gives me a nod and a slight smile.
You have been walking a lot more recently.
Indeed. It's because I want some exercise. Either that or my magical powers require me to walk for some reason. It's good for the muscles, you know. In case I need.
To defend someone, yes?
Called it. Well, I'm glad there's more voice acting, because in the first episode, like, only half of the characters had voices. Sumiki didn't have a voice for, like, almost all of her lines. But now it seems like we're getting some voice acting, and that's good. She's got a little emotion right there. What up, Yui? With another smile, she exits the room. I wait for a bit, listening to Sumiki's footsteps in the hallway fade into silence before turning to Yui. She looks at me with daggers in her eyes.
What are you still waiting for?
I don't know. I really don't know either.
Then why are you here?
Because... you're my favorite? Maybe? Why are you here? She sighs in frustration.
Jun, come on! This isn't fun, man! Just go!
Fuck off! I thought we were like... I thought we liked each other, man. What's up? I was like throwing you a bone last time by saying like music is really cool, and that music, maybe we should focus on the music, and that everybody shot me the fuck down, and now you're blaming it on me. I don't like that. I smirk, facing her fully. I've known Yui enough to know that this is simply a ruse of hers to make me go away. But if I go away, I know she'll get mad. That's the way it's always been, and I know that's the way it is now. My mind drifts back to the time that I first met Yui. Oh, here we go, flashback. I look up from the comic in my hands, searching for the voice that I just heard. A voice that was half singing, half humming something. It sounded like something you would only hear in your dreams, a beautiful melody that disappears when you wake up. I glance around the hallways. Nobody's here. The rest of the student body is probably out at the field watching some students play amateur soccer. Damn jocks. Who could that be? Feeling a little bit disappointed, I go back to my comic book. The story is all about a boy who goes on an adventure to save his princess, who was captured by an evil king from a faraway kingdom sounds riveting and super original. He tries and tries his best to rescue her, but every time he arrives at her location, the evil king has already whisked her away to someplace else. So it's Mario! It's literally Super Mario Brothers. If only I was there, I could have saved that princess in the blink of an eye with my powers. I smile to myself, imagining the princess's reaction as she thanks me for being her hero. Yeah, she'll thank me all right. And with sex. Then I'll be made into a knight of their kingdom. That's pretty cool.
Hey, watch out!
I hurriedly look up, only to see a ball flying straight towards my face. Before I could even think of anything, I feel the whole world around me go black as I faint. Well, shit. What happened?
Jeez, you scared me half to death. Are you alright?
Oh, hi! Jesus. Want to get any closer? A red-headed young woman is looming over me, her face showing varying degrees of worry, anger, annoyance, and relief all at the same time. Who?
What the? Hey, don't tell me you've got amnesia.
Come on, man, don't be like that. She starts shaking me hard, making me feel even dizzier than I already am. Hey, stop that! Surprised, she lets go of me, dropping me to the floor. Ow, what the... Who are you? The young woman blinks.
Oh, phew. Jeez, I thought you'd forgotten your own name. Wouldn't want to be sent to prison there for hitting the guy with the soccer ball.
I don't think they send people to prison for that, but that's okay. This woman is nuts.
Anyway, the name's Yui. Yui Kitamura.
Nice to meet you, Yui.
And you are?
I'm June, and I have motherfucking superpowers. June Mizushima.
Nice to meet you, Mizushima.
June's fine.
Okay, oh, June.
First name basis already. Bro, we are in. We are fucking in. She rolls her eyes at me.
You be careful now, okay?
I give her a blank look. I be careful now? You're the one playing around with that ball in the hallway, no less. And if the Brady Bunch taught me anything, it's you don't play ball in the house, Marcia. Balls can be dangerous things, you know. Oh, you are not wrong. To my surprise, her eyes suddenly start flashing. Her whole demeanor changes as if a switch has been turned.
Oh, yeah? Well, you didn't seem to notice when it flew your way earlier.
Yeah, well, that's why it's dangerous, Yui. How can I not notice if it hit me in the head?
Dumbass. It already hit the wall earlier, and you were too busy with your comic to notice.
She got me there. Roasting me. Hey.
You're the one who should be paying more attention to your surroundings.
I mean, jerkass has a point.
Why are you sitting at a bench in an open hallway if you didn't want to be hit by flying stuff?
Your logic is dumb.
You're dumber than my logic.
I don't know about you, Yui. You seem to be the aggressive, argumentative type. I think that might be my weakness. We start staring at each other eye to eye, the tension getting thicker as the seconds tick by. People are already starting to notice, with some even peeking from the corners to see what's going on. Bring it on. Suddenly, she backs down, looking shyly away from me. I don't know if I'm seeing things, but her cheeks seem to be tinted pink all of a sudden.
Look, I'm sorry, alright? You really scared me there.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but I'm good. I'm good. I have superpowers. A ball ain't gonna hurt me. Huh. Why did you suddenly... Without skipping a beat, she pulls me down closer to her. Oh, shit! It's getting real. What up?
Keep quiet, will ya?
Hello there! You are very close. You are very, very close. This is starting to feel a little like Doki Doki Literature Club.
I don't want to go to detention.
Oh, I see.
I've been there twice this week, and it sucks so bad.
Oh, God. I stare at her in disbelief. So I guess this isn't sincere after all. Her eyes turn toward the bench that I had been sitting on.
Come on, let's sit over there and talk this over.
Alright. But, June, fuck off, man. Come on. Before I could say anything, she jumps up, pulling me with her, without so much difficulty. Then she half drags me to the bench, sitting me next to her. She may look really girly, but judging from her manner of speech and act, she'd fit into the boys' team any time of the day.
Pretend that nothing's amiss.
But there's really nothing wrong.
Shh.
She starts humming innocently, obviously trying her best to look as unguilty as possible. My ears perk up upon hearing her hum. Wait, she's the... The other students are still looking on, but they eventually start going back to their own business. Yui's still humming beside me, as I do my best to contain myself. She's the voice I heard from earlier. She must have been humming when she went to retrieve the ball from earlier. Hey! She stops humming and lets out a sigh of relief.
I'm good. We're good. Everything's good.
You're damn right we're good. Seems like she has already completely forgotten what we were arguing about a while ago. This is my chance. Excuse me. Hey, Yui.
Yeah?
She suddenly grins widely.
Hey, you're good at remembering names.
It's not that hard. It's like a really common name. All the anime characters have it.
So many people always mix up my name for something else.
Do you sing? Her expression instantly turns into a frown.
What?
Do you sing? She looks at me up and down, eyeing me suspiciously. From the way she does it, it almost seems like I'm asking her if she's doing something illegal.
Why the sudden question?
Because you have a really nice voice. I just want to know, dude. What? Jesus. I'm just curious. Are you a singer?
Yeah, I do sing. Sometimes.
Professionally?
I don't know what kind of comic book stories you've got in your head, man, but I'm a professional high school student first before anything.
Fair enough. Do you play any instruments then?
I used to be really interested in all sorts of them, but now I just play the guitar.
Girl after my own heart, man. Instant best girl. She grins sheepishly.
That's why people mostly ask me to sing at stuff like weddings or receptions, where guitars and pianos are welcome stuff. They usually want custom pieces too. Man, it's a hassle to create new songs, but it's just so fun.
They want custom pieces? Really? That seems odd. Her expression turns into one of suspicion again. Narrowing her eyes, she stabs a slender pointer finger in the middle of my chest. Wait, hold it. Why are you asking me these bunch of questions, huh, Mizushima?
You got any funny tricks up your sleeve?
No, I just want to start a band, man. Come on, what's up? I did hear you earlier when you came to retrieve the ball. Weren't you singing then? She gives me a crazy look. Caught in the act.
I don't know. Who the hell takes notes of all the times they've been singing absentmindedly to themselves?
Fine, but you were. And you're a pretty good singer. She blinks at me a few times.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to make my own game development team, and we could really use a musician, you know. Again, she blinks without saying a single word. To my surprise, she suddenly erupts in laughter.
Me? Join your team?
Yeah, what up? Are you too cool? You too cool for a game development team? Game developers are all the fucking rage these days. I don't know if you've been on the internet.
Are you kidding me, man? Wow, that's good. That's good. That's a really good joke. Thanks.
Oh, you're gonna do it. I frown at her, feeling insulted. The way she laughed made it seem like she's mocking my attempt to establish a group itself. Thanks for your interest. I stand up to leave, only for her to pull my arm, stopping me in my tracks. I look back to her, anger still in my eyes. Surprisingly, though, she seems really tame, as she looks up at me curiously.
Were you serious?
Yeah, I'm too fucking edgy to joke around. I don't have any sense of humor. I was.
Does your offer still stand?
Yeah. She thinks for a moment and then grins.
I've always wanted to hear my music in a game. Okay, I'll join.
Well, I don't know if I want you anymore. You seem to be making a mockery of otaku culture. You will? She narrows her eyes at me.
You seem surprised. Why did you even
Wow, no, I just didn't think you'd reply this fast. A hint of red forms on her cheeks as her eyes once again flash anger at me.
Hey, take it or leave it, Mizushima.
I'm taking it, alright, jeez. Welcome to the team, Yui. I smile to myself, happy to know that the memory is still fairly fresh in my mind. Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since that day. I'm glad to see that some things still haven't changed.
Stop smiling like a dummy and just leave.
Fuck that. Her voice snaps me back to the present time, where she's still sulking sadly to herself. Nope, not gonna leave, and you can't make me.
Brat.
You're a brat. Oh, hi. Hello there. I sit down next to her, pushing my face closer. She inches slightly away, her cheeks starting to take on the color of a ripe tomato. Without skipping a beat, though, I just inch even closer, deliberately trying to urge a reaction from her. After a few tension-filled seconds, Yui finally exclaims out loud.
Fine, you win, Jun. Stay if you want to stay.
Tell me, what's the problem? Her sulky look has now been completely replaced by a hurt expression. Oh dear, what did we do?
Why did you have to mention music?
Because I wanted to make you happy. Mention music?
Yeah, you know it's never going to be the focus on this game, of any game for that matter.
Maybe stupid games.
You didn't have to put it up just so you could all shit it down.
Fuck that. I like music. Music's my favorite. Oh, so that's the problem. Take a deep breath before proceeding with my reply. For one, Yui, music could be the focus of a game. Maybe not this one, but there are lots of games that feature music as the main selling point. Guitar Hero, excuse the fuck out of me. Right? Ever hear of Guitar Champions? Hashtag writing around trademarks. She nods at me but still looks visibly upset. For two, I didn't put it up for us to shoot it down. I wasn't thinking, I'm sorry. Thought we could brainstorm more if I didn't state the obvious choices. And we did get to brainstorm a lot, didn't we? Sorry, it was all my fault, so I hope you won't feel bad towards the other members.
Yeah, you're right.
Yui turns to me, a childlike smile on her face.
Let's do a great job together then.
You're damn right. I nod. Yeah, let's. A few days have passed, and we're all starting to settle down once again in this brand new school term. Alright, well, let's go ahead and save, just to save. Let's hop over here. Just pop that right in there. There we go. Everything's the same as last term. The cafeteria is always packed. Library is still the sleepy students' favorite place. The garden is still occasionally visited by couples who really should be getting private rooms. And yet at the same time, it seems like everything has changed. This is really embarrassing, but I think I suck more in my academic subjects this term than in the last term. I get almost nothing in my classes these days, and I mean nothing. Yui and I seem to be having the same problem. To be honest, only Sumiki and Takahiro seem to be doing perfectly fine. I do hope this won't continue on for the rest of the term. Why do subjects have to get progressively harder as the years go by? I suck more and more each year. Sometimes I wish I was just an elementary school student again. Maybe if I had the same workload as them, I could work on this game more. Hey man, I wish I could play Little League now. I'd kick some fucking ass. It's a Mitch Hedberg joke, guys. Seriously? Stop watching this video. You're already on YouTube. So just stop, pause this video, open up a new YouTube tab, and go search for Mitch Hedberg. And just spend the rest of your evening watching everything you find. And then come back to this video. It's a public service. But no, because I have to focus on school as well, I can't give this game my all. And judging from the way these four are looking at their academic notebooks instead of our game resources this afternoon, I'd say they're having the same problem as well. This won't do, though. We absolutely have to start making some progress now. Maybe I could distract them for just a little while before we get busy with our academic load again. I clap my hands together, hoping to get everyone's attention. Of course, I's the exception to that again, but what's new? You're not gonna talk? God damn it. What is it? Sumiki looks at me expectantly. The other two members simply stare at me with bored looks. It's about our game. What about it? I clear my throat before proceeding. The truth is, I'm not sure how to do this without appearing insensitive to their school stuff, too. After all, even I'm not doing so well with school. But club activities and school activities should be two separate responsibilities. How to say it in a nice way? Well, just as I start speaking, the door suddenly slams open rather loudly, surprising all of us in the room. Oh, hello there! Sorry, Yui, but this is Bei Sensei, I think. A dark-haired woman walks into the room looking very excited. Her name is Megumi Hori, and she is actually our club's very own advisor. Hello there, miss. Do you have any announcement for us? Ignoring me completely, she just walks into the middle of the room, still looking giddy over something.
Did you know?
I did not know, but I would love to know. Smeeky eyes her with an impatient look. Know what, miss?
Aha, you don't know yet? That's a shame.
It is a shame. I would love to know. Why don't you just tell me? Sumiki turns away slightly, rolling her eyes.
Do you want to know?
Yes, I would like to know. Know what? Her question comes out a little forcefully, but thankfully Miss Megumi doesn't seem to notice.
Oh, it's fantastic.
This time, even I looks up from her drawing spree. She looks at Miss Megumi with even more curiosity than Sumiki.
Fantastic?
Yes, oh yes.
Oh, yes. The older woman walks toward the girls, nodding her head and looking very excited indeed. I can't help but shake my head at the scene right before me. The last thing we need right now is a teacher who's as childlike as Miss Megumi. Looking at it from this perspective, it actually seems like she's rather dreamy about whatever it is she intends to tell us.
Miss, you might want to tell us what you want to say first, don't you think?
Miss Megumi whips her head to look at Yui, her eyes glimmering.
Ah, that tone of yours when you're agitated is absolutely charming, my dear Kitamura.
You're not wrong.
But a young lady like you has to learn to be a lot more polite, alright?
Let tsunderes be tsunderes. That's what I say. Yui's face instantly turns a deep shade of red. Man, just spit it out. The older woman giggles first before replying.
Oh, but you're right. I guess I should share to you the fantabulous news I have.
I mean, I was super into you, and then you said fantabulous, and now I'm just done. Totally done. You just became ugly. Sorry.
You better be ready for it.
I'm ready for it. She bites her lip, trying to increase the tension and suspense.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I have been ready. I glance around the room. Ai is still regarding her with the same curiosity, while Takahito looks practically drooling. Surprisingly, he's never been interested in any of the girls in our team. I think I'm gonna have to fight Takahito. Taka, this is really not the time. Meanwhile, Sumiki is leaning back on the couch, a small smirk on her face. If I know, she's probably just ridiculing Miss in her mind right now. I can almost see it written right on her face. Miss, maybe you should just tell us now. For the first time since she entered the room, Miss Megumi turns to me. She pouts, giving me a hurt expression.
Aw, June, you're no fun. But fine, fine. First, let me ask. Do you know the game company Hailstorm?
No. I don't. Out of reflex, we all look at Takahito. As expected, his eyes have taken on a different expression at the mention of the word. Hailstorm. Currently the biggest development company in our country to date. Miss Megumi raises one finger up happily.
Bingo!
Takahito leans forward from his seat, looking undauntedly interested. As always, any mention of big-name game development companies has this guy at the edge of his seat. Literally. What about them? If this were an anime, I'm sure stars would be shooting from his eyes right at this moment. Good thing this is...
You see, earlier today, the other advisors and I were notified about the annual International Game Development Jam for the youth.
As I said, it's a good thing this isn't an anime. annual International Game Development Jam for the youth sounds like something we're gonna have to compete in. She pauses for dramatic effect.
As you know, Japan doesn't usually join those competitions, since we already have high-level technology here for game development. But this year, in order to match up to other countries on the global scale, it appears that our country will be opening up to the possibility of joining.
Oh dear. I can't help but hold my breath. Now my interest has definitely peaked. After all, this is something that I've been dreaming about since I was a small child. Developing and publishing my own game has always been my dream. And I know that every single one of us in this room, to some extent, feels the same way.
Here's the totally fantabulous news. Hailstorm, yes, Takahiro, the biggest game development company in Japan at the moment, is willing to sponsor the groups that will represent the country in the international competition.
Cool. Didn't need to read that.
And they're starting their auditions soon, right here in Sapporo.
Oh dear. I guess we better have something to audition with. Miss Megami claps her hands to her chest, looking incredibly happy. And we all looked at her hands and totally nodded her chest.
It sure is awesome news, don't you think?
At this point, we're all so overwhelmed with the news that we can't all seem to say a word. And also her chest. Even Sumiki is just leaning back on the couch, blinking and staring into the distance.
Aren't you thrilled?
I would be thrilled if we had any hope of completing a game on time.
This means that you, Takahiro, can finally be recognized as a programmer outside of our school. You, Kitamura, as a singer and musician. You, I, as an anime-style artist. You, Tsumiki, as a writer. And you, June, as a game director.
That's me. She just said my name. I'm the game director. She looks at us one by one, the excited and amazed expression never leaving her eyes, not even for a second. This is a great opportunity for all of you. Apart from Mrs. Enthusiastic words, the room is so quiet I swear you could hear a pin drop in this place. If I'm not mistaken, all 5 of us are thinking the same thing. I glance at Takahiro. I bet he's gonna ask that question. What, cup size? I have a question. He definitely is. Miss Megami's smile falters for a moment before getting bigger. Yes, what is it? Aren't we just gonna get stumped by the other groups? This time, Mrs. Smile disappears completely. She looks at Takahiro. That makes it seem like he just had asked her in a different language. She looks at Takahiro in a way that makes it seem like he had just asked her in a different language. Missing text? Don't know. Also, where the voice is at, why I gotta do the work. I am not a voice actor.
What do you mean, Takahiro?
There we go. The bespectacled guy Jesus. The bespectacled guy twiddles with his fingers, barely even making eye contact with our teacher. We don't make traditional video games, after all. His reply only seems to make Miss Megami even more confused.
Don't you have a project ready for this semester?
Totally, we totally do. We totally have one. We have a project, and it is a visual novel with RPG-like elements, and it's going to have programming, and it's going to have music, and it's going to have writing and art. We have a game. Totally. We do, but it's, Takahiro looks at me for help. Well, what else can I do? I clear my throat before replying in order to give an air of professionalism. We're making a story-based game. A visual novel, miss. Miss blinks at us. I hold my breath as I wait for her answer. Oh. I feel my heart shatter upon hearing her oh. Well, sometimes... sometimes it's disappointing. And her oh just isn't very... Oh, God. I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. I knew it. It was too good to be true. There's no way they'll be sponsoring visual novels. Hailstorm's games are all multiplayer shooting games, or MOBA games, after all. I never should have gotten my hopes up. That's perfectly alright. Miss Megami smiles at us, looking absolutely amused.
Actually, there will be lots of categories in the competition, so Hailstorm is looking for many groups that will cater to each category. Story-based games like visual novels have their own category, so your group still qualifies for the audition.
Yay us! Now we just have to actually make a fucking game. I could hear all of us let out a collective sigh of relief.
Wow, I didn't think you were all so worried about that.
Of course we were. We didn't want to get our hopes up for nothing. Whoops. Was that what was happening? Unfortunately, yeah. Miss Megami giggles happily.
Oh, you are truly adorable. No, of course I wouldn't tell you if it was just for nothing.
Sumiki sighs. Thank goodness. Takahito suddenly stands up, pumping a fist in the air. Then does this mean we really have a chance now of joining?
But of course. Nobody said you didn't have a chance. As a matter of fact, I am encouraging you to join.
Damn right, that's your job. I mean, other than being a teacher.
Finally, I can get the chance to be recognized as an international musician.
Or you could make a YouTube channel. Well, maybe. Maybe a Twitch channel. Or something. Or go on Spotify or something. There's other avenues to becoming a famous international musician than making music for a game. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I can be a mangaka.
You can be. Sumiki looks at Ai kindly. Not really, but you'll be on your way there. What a bitch!
Yay.
God. Oh, Ai. Miss Megami nods enthusiastically.
You can be all those if you get the sponsorship. So then.
Whoa! Hello there, Bei-sensei. The older woman leans in a little closer towards us. Hello. Those eyes are very gray. And deep and enticing. Looking at our programmer's face, I think it's a little too close if you ask me. Takahito, that pervert. Miss Megami seems oblivious to this, however. Once again, she seems to be bursting at the seams over something unknown to us at the moment.
Let's see what you've done so far.
Oh, that's not good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Quick, pick a random visual novel off the internet. Yay.
Can I get just a little peek at it? I'd be thrilled to see any progress whatsoever.
I mean, it's top secret. And, we're still in, like, alpha testing and stuff, and no, we can't, there's no release to the public yet. None. And you're the public. Involuntarily, I start to fumble in my seat. I can't help it. Should I make an excuse why we can't show her? No, I can't. I can't come up with anything. Do we really have to show you, miss? Miss Megami thinks for a moment.
Well, not really, no. The auditions are a completely separate event after all, so our school has no control over who would want to enter that.
Well, that was a lot easier than I expected.
However, we want to ensure that you are actually doing something in order to prepare for the auditions. We are working very hard and totally not just using this room to study after school. I promise that. After all, our school is trying to promote its support for Sapporo's budding young developers. Hence the reason why we're encouraging you to audition. Of course, you would be momentarily excused from schoolwork during the audition week in order to let you focus on the auditions.
Excuse the fuck out of me, you have my interest.
That's why we'd like to know that we are on the right track in choosing which groups to allow.
You will not be disappointed.
If the school sees fit, then it might not excuse you for any missed schoolwork during that time.
We all glance at each other uncomfortably. Well, this sure is awkward. Both Takahito and Yui look away, a guilty expression on their faces. Ai has her usual blank look, but I can tell that she's at least a little uncomfortable. Sumiki just turns her gaze downward, looking shameful. I have to admit that I do feel a little embarrassed as well. How can we tell our advisor, who had just given us such awesome news, that we haven't actually started on anything regarding the actual game development yet? Sure, we've decided to focus on something, but what we've decided to focus on, we don't even know yet. Until now, we still haven't even fully finalized our outline for the project. It's absolutely mortifying to have to admit this to her. Why don't you use your powers? June, use your fucking powers! You have superpowers, remember? Miss Megami patiently waits for our response, with the same expectant look.
Well?
I looked to everyone in the group for help, but unfortunately none of them would meet my gaze. Not even I now is willing to look up at me. Miss, it's a little bit complicated, but... She tips her head a little bit to the side, again looking quite confused. But, well, I take a deep breath before continuing. My throat feels so dry that I could barely even speak. What if we tell you that we haven't started on the development yet, miss? She frowns, looking at me like I just told her a joke at a bad time.
Why, of course I'd find it funny.
Oh, well, good! That's great, because we have not started yet. Much to my dismay and further shame, she giggles, proving her point. I rub my wrist with my other hand, trying to calm myself down. I really don't want to resort to my powers, but I don't know how I can keep calm with her reacting this way. I think we gotta go powers, man. I think we gotta go full-on superpowers.
You've been back to school for almost 2 weeks now. How can you possibly not have made any progress yet in that time?
Because we're lazy.
But anyway, as I was saying, can I see your progress so far?
These are not the droids you're looking for. Sumiki looks at me, her eyes looking stern. It seems like her protective mode has kicked in once again, and she's now regarding me with a purely serious look. Her eyes seem ready to kill. And by kill, that means to be honest in this case. I'm pretty sure the effects are the same anyway. Both will cause my death. You see, miss... miss... Before she can continue further, I decide to cut her off. I have no idea what goes in that girl's mind sometimes, and knowing that she dislikes Miss Megami doesn't help one bit. For all I know, she could say it really bluntly, and that might rub Miss Megami the wrong way. We're already in a pretty deep hole right now. I don't want to dig even deeper. Actually, miss... That wasn't just hypothetical. A surprised look appears on Miss's face. I cringe inwardly, trying to formulate my words in my mind before letting them out. We haven't actually made any progress yet. So far.
No progress.
Yeah.
Not even sketches?
No.
Ideas?
It's a visual novel with RPG elements, that much we know.
What about the actual plot?
It's in the works.
Can I see a draft?
We don't have one.
Not even a single thing written down?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing. As of now. I'm sure that will change in the near future. As I continue talking, Miss Megami's face grows more and more upset. I'm almost afraid to continue and fear that she'll get even more disheartened. But, I remember we finished on one thing. We've decided to start brainstorming first for writing our art. That's something, isn't it? For some moments, Miss Megami doesn't say anything, and neither do we. Once again, the room has turned so silent that if a pin were dropped here, I'm pretty sure we'd all hear it loud and clear. Finally, after a few extremely tense minutes... Minutes? Jesus, that's a long time to sit in silence like that. Our advisor clears her throat to speak.
I'll forgive you for now.
Another collective sigh of relief from me and my team.
But I'm telling you, I'm very disappointed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bei-sensei. We will work extra hard to make you happy. She regards us sternly, making the degree of her disappointment very clear to us. And to be honest, I can't blame her either. Even I feel disappointed in ourselves. If only I was able to use my powers at a consistent rate, Maybe I could have done something about this. But no, even I failed myself. We're very sorry, miss. We'll make it up to you, I promise. Miss Megumi's usual cheerful look has now disappeared, replaced by the stern yet guiding look of someone who has already experienced things in life.
I don't need empty words, June. Many groups all over Sapporo are dying to have this opportunity.
Well, we didn't even know this opportunity existed until 5 minutes ago. It's not fair, Miss Megumi. Maybe I am better off with Yui.
You are lucky that you're being encouraged to do so. So, if you want to make it up to the school...
She looks me right in the eyes.
Then you have to show it. Prove it. Understood?
Yes, Sensei. We all nod slowly at her. At this point, I'm just happy that she's even giving us a chance. In a flash, her face goes back to its usual cheery smile.
Okie dokie. I guess it's time for me to go now.
I guess.
I really just wanted to tell you that news and check on you. I'm glad that you're really psyched about joining.
Yeah, we wouldn't miss it for the world, miss.
That's good.
Clapping her hands together, she stands up to leave, the smile still on her face. She may not be the most experienced teacher in our school, but I'm glad that she's our advisor. Even if sometimes it seems like she doesn't care about our academics, when it really boils down to something, she always pulls through.
Do your best.
Thank you, miss. Miss Megumi walks toward the door, pulling the handle open. We watch as she disappears from our sight. For a few seconds, we all remain silent. The only sound in the whole room is the quiet tick-tock of the clock hanging on the far wall, which only serves to remind me how the clock ticks when we waste time doing unrelated stuff. I hear Yui let out a relieved sigh.
Well, that was pretty overwhelming.
It was indeed. You said it, dude. That was definitely interesting. Ai nods her head up and down. At least she looks a little bit enthusiastic for once.
Yes.
I smile, though I can't help but shake my head. Still, it was pretty embarrassing. Hey, it's only been 2 weeks. That is alright, June. I'm sure the team is motivated now that we know about this opportunity. I definitely hope so, and that's why I'm dismissing us early tonight. No sense in trying to scramble our ideas tonight when I'm sure we're all still pumped up from the announcement.
Sweet! Yahoo! I can procrastinate tonight.
Yui is my spirit animal. I give Yui a disapproving look, stopping her in her proverbial tracks. I do hope next time we meet you can already pitch story ideas for us to actually start somewhere, huh? Sumiki just smirks as she glances at Yui, who gives her a half-irritated, half-embarrassed glare.
Sheesh. Yes, aye, Captain.
Club meeting's over. I've got time to spare. I wonder where I should go next. Oh dear. Oh, we have so many options. Oh god, I think this is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and save and figure out what the hell we're going to do next. Because there's a lot of things we could potentially do. I think I want to play Yui's track. I want to try that. I'm gravitating towards Yui. I was thinking Bei Sensei, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about her. So I think I'm going to try to go with Yui. And maybe I'll do a couple of branches, a couple of different saves, just to see what some of the options are, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how much of this game I'm going to try to do. I imagine there's different routes for all the characters. I'll probably just play one of them on the channel. We'll see. I don't know. Still early on. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed for more episodes of his Chuunibyou Can't Be Cured, as well as anything else that's currently on this channel. So next time, we will figure out what we're going to do here. I think I'm going to go talk to Yui. Maybe do some other stuff. I don't know what this game's going to let me do. I'm excited to find out. I hope you are too. I will see you then. Goodbye.